It's a pathological obsession, and it's getting grosser and grosser by the minute. It's just very weird, like very weird. It feels like he's like in love with me. The integrity and the honesty of every single supposedly quote unquote pro-Palestinian voice out there who have spent zero time talking about the harrowing nature of the Israeli genocide and only spent time hyper-focusing on this. It is not an accident. It is by design. You are doing genocide apologia. That is the difference between someone like myself and someone like, I mean, fill in the void. There's a million examples of this. People that never talk about like the Israeli riots. People that never talk about the UN report that showed in 49 pages undeniable evidence that Israel is doing systematic and sexual assaults and sexual violence upon the Palestinian population. People that are always quiet when Israel is doing mass bombing campaigns, but the one time they're like, oh, God save these Palestinians. Well, they won't even say Palestinians. They'll say Gazans, right? Because Palestine is not a real thing and Palestinians are not real people, but Gazans, people that live in Gaza, those people will talk about this cynically, and it's disgusting. The reality is that Palestinians have a right to do whatever the they want in terms of political protest, in terms of saying Hamas if they choose to do so. I will never turn around and tell them like, how dare you speak out against Hamas? I don't give a shit. Okay? I want Palestinians to be rid of the occupation so they can choose whoever they see fit to rule over them in a democratic process. That is the dream. If they choose Hamas, then that's one thing. If they choose someone else, and that's great. Fantastic. I don't care. I just want an end to the genocide. Okay? Can the same argument apply to anti-Bibi protests? Sure. I mean, I've talked about the anti-Bibi protests, and I've also talked about the secondary. It's ironic because it's exactly the same. A lot of the anti-Bibi protests, for example, don't actually want a end to the full-tilt ethnic cleansing operations. They just want their hostage family members back. They want the bombing to continue, but they just want the bombing to stop for the interim so they can pull out the hostages. They certainly don't want an end to the occupation. And the same goes for the anti-Hamas protesters. They want an end to the occupation more than anything else. They want an end to the occupation more than anything else. They don't like Hamas's governance, okay? They might falsely believe that Israel will stop the death and destruction once Hamas dissolves, okay, without giving any sort of security assurances whatsoever. But ultimately, they all want the same thing. Every Palestinian wants the same thing. And it's the most understandable dream of all time. Emancipation. To be free of genocide, to be free of occupation, to be free of domination. Who the wouldn't want that? It's the most moral position you can arrive at. It's the most human position you can arrive at. The great man Ethan Klein is referring to as a well-known Palestinian traitor/collaborator who works with the Atlantic Council, validating collective punishment of war crime by focusing on frustrations resulting from a terror bombing campaign as genocide support. Utmost respect for this great man. Oh my God, this dude did oh God. I don't know anything about this Ahmed Al-Khatib person, but now that I found out that he's at the Atlantic Council and was working next to this Hasbara demon right here. Oh my Lord. It's always dudes like this that are, oh yay. Debunking Ethan Klein's Hasbara Blitz. Hamas agreed to swap hostages and set aside for a unity government. Israel chose to resume the genocide. There's no command center under Shifa, only 2 small empty rooms. Israel broke the ceasefire and provoked Hamas.
I think.
Oh, damn. Yeah, so Ethan spent time on the Hasbara Hate Hour podcast to finally cover Gaza. That's crazy. And what is he covering Gaza about? Was he covering about Gaza? Oh, he's talking about the anti-Hamas protests. Oh, got it. Nice.
I mean, listen, I feel like this is a force that's going to help end the war, not keeping hostages and underground and like sending, just continuing to provoke Israel to attack them and putting like military complexes on.
Yeah, Israel will definitely stop. Israel will definitely stop. You know how the situation is in the West Bank? That's Israel stopping.
Under hospitals.
Yeah, no, that's not okay. He says Hamas puts command centers under hospitals. Bullshit. Okay.
Own people for political gain is lying to themselves, dude. Holy. They literally put command centers under hospitals. That's not even.
I love how much this guy is pro-Palestine, bro. I love it. Those protests are not anti-Hamas. This is a disgusting distortion of the marches in Beit Lahia. Yeah, look, there were people who were anti-Hamas in those protests. Don't act like that wasn't the case, okay? You're being delusional. To act like there aren't Palestinians living in Gaza that are anti-Hamas is ridiculous. There are, and it's normal. What do you mean? But it doesn't matter because the higher order of priority here is to end the occupation and end the genocide. That's it. Ask any Palestinian. They will tell you the same thing. They might not like Hamas's governance. They might not like the domestic affairs. They might think that like Israel will stop destroying them if Hamas wasn't in power, because maybe most Palestinians are under the age of 18. They don't remember a time when the PLO was the big game in town and Israel was doing similar shit. Never to this severity, really. 33% is it was like 3% margin of victory for Hamas in 2006. 3%. It's not exactly fantastic numbers there, okay? This is not a he calling you out for not calling into a show saying he's waiting for you. Wait, what? No, I don't think he said that. He's not so that he thinks that I'm ducking him, right? Like he thinks his audience will believe that I'm ducking him. No shot. On his story right now. Wait, what? Dude, it's been months. It's been months. I said I would literally watch the nuke with him. He says you duck him all the time. No, I said I will watch the context nuke with him side by side. Don't worry. I'll show the clips that he sourced as well. I like that not watching the context nuke, the context puke is actually ducking him, but him actively running away from every single person that he sits on top of his covered throne as he claims that this person is an anti-Semite.
But there's what's crazy is there's nobody on the entire platform to call him out. Nobody. They've all been banned. Nobody. There's not a single dissenting voice with his straight up radical, anti-American, anti-Semitic, pro-China, pro-Russia, pro-terrorism takes. This is fringe, psychotic. It is not normal.
This person is a token Jew.
So let's say 10,000 Jews are members of Jewish Voices for Peace. And they tour all around the country, showing up at every pro-Palestinian protest or whatever the they're doing, and they just they parade them around like here's one of the good Jews. It's 10,000 people of 6 million in America, and part of the disgusting propaganda that they do is that they try to convince everybody that this represents the Jewish majority, but it's not. Anyway, whatever.
Does not represent it.
This person is this. This person is a terror supporter and whatnot. That's not actually ducking all of these people collectively. It is all of us that are ducking him somehow. Okay, Bad Empanada, watch the context flop. Get him on the show then. He doesn't like me either. Maybe you guys can get together and me too. You can find a room for agreement. Probably not. What's that about?
Even debated. They were keeping some of the hostages in hospitals too.
Dude, this is crazy. This is unfiltered pro-Israel propaganda. It's just abject lies. What is happening? I thought this guy at least had the decency to claim that he was pro-Palestinian, pro-Palestine. What happened? He's now he's pro-Palestine, but only on his terms, okay? And if you're not pro-Palestine exactly like he is, Palestinian or not, you might get, Sorry, Israel claims that your hospital is now a command center. There's no evidence available for it. Look, man, 17 months of ethnic cleansing. If you're still justifying bombing hospitals with fake bullshit that Israel never provided evidence for, you're a monster. You're not a good person. You are a bad person, okay? It's not about debates. It's not about beef. It's not about drama. It's not about your dying career, okay? you're just a bad person. Not only are you a bad person, but you're actively also deluding your fans who are not bad people themselves, but simply deluded and misguided stands into agreeing with bad positions. You are using the remainder of your influence that you have over an increasingly smaller audience to, fill their heads chock full of misinformation at the behest of establishing a defensive posture for a genocidal apartheid state. It's awful. That can't feel good. Deep down inside, there has to be a dude that I met, that I knew, that's going, oh, don't do this. This is maybe a bridge too far. Like, you cannot be this deluded. This is just straightforward Nazi, dude. Dan and his employee that stalks you were doing research on how many women you've slept with today. The whole show was nuts. Ugh. He's never going to see her respond to this. Bro's got the great hug wall of China over there. I know. I don't care. But I know that there are definitely people in here like foot soldiers that like Ethan, hate me, that are in here to be like, you're a anti-Semite. And I guess now they'll say, I've had sex with women or whatever the and, for those people that are in here, like, understand that this is not only incorrect, but it's disgusting. And it's inappropriate of me not to treat Ethan in the same way that I would any other person that says like this. It's messed up.
Seems like a lot of them ran through hospitals. That's it. I mean, it's just logical, right? Like that's their best play. That's all they have. And so they do it. So I say, God protect these brave Gazans.
Yeah. God protect these brave Gazans. The ones who died in the hospital that Israel bombed, though, it's because of Hamas. Because Hamas actually put non-existing command and control centers under the hospitals, dude. Even though American, Jewish, Gentile doctors that have gone and worked in hospitals are like, no, there's no goddamn Hamas here. Stop bombing us, please. But of course, you never know that if you don't care. If you only see like an incredibly narrow horse blinder focus on like the pro-Israeli sentiment, then yeah, you're not going to know that.
Meanwhile, Hasan spent all day on Elon's app again. It was its own. Holy.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Shit.
Notice how I never bring Ethan up randomly unless it's like directly to address something that he's saying that is unimaginably pro-Israel and inappropriate. Whereas Ethan randomly slams me into every conversation, apparently, whether he's looking at some like file Republican, he can't seem to get my name out of his mouth. Here is apparently this is the clip of Ethan talking about it versus Ethan talking about it back in 2021. Let's see.
Although I don't think people cheat on their wives because they're not.
It's not about. Yeah. It's usually not about like looks or whatnot. It's.
By the way, this is like him talking about a file Republican. I don't know why the he's bringing me up here.
Deeper than that, like psycho.
I think it's like I don't know. It could be a control thing. Like why? Like why would someone like Hasan go have sex with a prostitute at a brothel?
He can't seem to get me as an image out of his brain for some reason. It's very odd. It's a pathological obsession. And it's getting grosser and grosser by the minute, especially because he just keeps talking about my looks and like that. It's just very weird. Like, very weird. It feels like he's like in love with me. It's strange, dude. Oh my God.
Literally put command centers under hospitals. That's not even debated. They
That's not even debated. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not even debated. Channel 14, Channel 12, they don't debate it. They say the truth. I don't understand. I read Ynet. I read Jerusalem Post. They don't debate this. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's not even debated. It's not even a contest here. It's just hospitals are Hamas. It's not even debated. Babies, terror babies are holding copies of Mein Kampf. They are Hamas.
They were keeping some of the hostages in hospitals too. It seems like a lot of them were.
Okay, let's say that's correct. Okay, doesn't that make it extra inappropriate that Israel bombed the hospital? Like, Yeah, dude, they were keeping the hostages inside the hospitals. Like, I don't understand. It's a command center, and also they were keeping the hostages there, which is all the more reason. I mean, what? What the? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Ran through hospitals. Holy.
It's really gross to see. I don't really care about like the Ethan in the context nuke saying he loves all the terrorists and heavily implying that I love all or whatever the. Yeah, who cares? That's like basic stuff. He clips shit out of context. We know. You know what I mean? Begging you to cover the tattoo? No, dude. No. Fucking. Okay. I don't give a shit about any of that noise. I don't give a shit about any of that weird stuff. I don't care. I don't care about this stuff. You are in it for the drama. You're in it for me to just like on Ethan for the sake of hating on Ethan. I don't hate Ethan. I don't hate anybody. I hate what he's saying. I hate that he's defending a genocidal apartheid state. Make no mistake. Okay? You cover dumb drama all the time anyway. It's true, I do, but not on like not in a way that dilutes the main purpose of what I'm trying to do here. The main purpose of what I'm trying to do here is not to like belittle Ethan or make fun of him. If I wanted to do that, I would watch 7 million different YouTube videos in repeat about how much he's dog or whatever from the very same drama slop tubers who now love him. They've all made blistering takes on Ethan's robust career of just like Ethan watches and aligns with those very same drama slop tubers who have made similar videos on me. Okay? I don't care to belittle him. I want him to stop. I want him to stop being pro-Israel. I want him to shut up about Israel. I want him to stop misinforming his audience. I want him to stop attacking pro-Palestinian voices. That's what I want. I don't give a what he does in his personal life beyond that. Why do you engage then? What? Turkish student? Why do you engage then? Turkish student? What do you mean? Why do I engage? I think it's very clear why I engage. When a content creator who presents themselves as pro-Palestine is telling their 20,000 strong audience of relatively progressive individuals that Israel has a right to bomb hospitals because Hamas is doing command centers on their hospitals, that's Hasbara. That's just lies being told to justify Israel blowing up every hospital in the Gaza Strip. Are you stupid? Doesn't matter. Any content creator that has that size of an audience saying that, I'm going to smoke them. Are you stupid? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Ben Shapiro says that I'm gonna dunk on him. You know what I mean? Maybe we can speak about South African resistance or Black Panthers, then about the media narrative. Man, shut the up. Go start your own stupid stream then. God, I hate this like backseat producing. Excuse me, I don't like the way you're covering these issues. Okay, you start your own show then. What is this? What is this? You go to the McDonald's and you're like, I don't like the way you're making this Big Mac, please. I'm gonna come back there and fix it up myself. Some of you dumb motherfuckers literally think that you got a say in how this is conducted. Like, what is happening? No pushback from his community on it. Sadly, that's the problem. Defending against an attack as it relates to dehumanizing a group of people being genocided is not covering drama. Drama can be fun, but in this case, it's different and requires being addressed like you are. It shouldn't need an explanation. Yeah, that's why I separate like other dumb shit, like people being like, I'm talking about his tattoo. I don't give a dude. I don't care. I don't care whatever tattoo he gets. Okay. This is Burger King. We rule. No, the king rules. Okay. I am the monarch of burgers. You are the burger peasant. You will eat your gruel and you will like it. This ain't burger People's Committee, okay? It's Burger King, as the name implies. The People's Republic of Burger. Thank you, Sultan. Exactly.